To answer your question,
In closing,
what was the question again?
the question was, hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Crypto with Amine.
Yes.
I'm down from the face,
Amine.
people want to see you. We got a comment.
Yes.
And he said, I'd love to see you guys do a video about inflation and how crypto could solve the intrinsic problem of printing money.
First thing I want to say is that crypto will not solve the problem of printing money. Crypto will give an alternative to people in order to not be all subject to the effects of inflation. In economical theory, it's basically simple. Once Japan has proven a case that once you reach zero, it's very hard to pull back from zero, okay? To start having monetary policies that limit the supply of money. Money today is not anymore a question of supply and demand. There is a new factor that comes in, is the utility of money. This was disguised for a long time, but what makes the US dollar so popular is that the US dollar is useful everywhere. This gives it utility, and its utility gives it its value. If I'm the US treasurer, if I keep on printing money, then my addressable market is not the US alone, my addressable market is the whole world. And I have an absorption power on that. So private currencies are usually deflationary by nature, meaning that there is a limited supply, there is a burn-in mechanism, and the more that currency advances, the less there is of it. This is Bitcoin, this is Ethereum, and you have CBDCs who are just a new factor, a new form factor of currency, meaning that they become digital as well. So these two, private and public or sovereign, okay, are going to compete. The private one already has the characteristic, most of them, of being deflationary and of being, in a sense, connected to their utility from the get-go. Ethereum today is moving on price, could be considered as non-deflationary, as a non-inflationary asset, as a deflationary asset, because the more the network is functioning, the less there is Ethereum, so there is less supply of that currency by default. And utility. So utility, the more the network is functioning, the more that is burnt through gas fees, and the less Ethereum there is available. So the Ethereum demand goes up, Ethereum price goes up as well. In CBDC, which is the sovereign form of digital assets, you're gonna have treasurers and central banks trying to compete on the utility level. So me as a central bank of China, how can I make my currency useful to that guy in Bangladesh?
Tell me.
By giving him the ability to get from me directly commercial loans,
Okay.
and using that yuan in order to import machinery from my economy. But what was going to be interesting is that you're going to have treasurers and central banks having to worry about these type of aspects. How can I make my currency useful? So usually central bankers, they say, I make my currency useful if my economy is a net exporter. Now they don't have to do that. They only have to worry about how can I distribute my currency to as many people as possible and make it accepted in as many places as possible in order for it to reach popularity. But as long as they're not working on that and they keep on printing, it's basically like me keeping on supplying CRD and not giving any application to use it. What's gonna happen? The price of CRD is gonna drop. So crypto is giving people alternative. Okay, so alternative into a form of money that does not suffer from the supply, from the problem of oversupply, which does not have to bypass the ideological understanding of central bankers that beyond having their making their economies locally stronger, they need also to think about making their currencies popular outside of their economy.
I hope that answered your question, Anas.
Yeah.
Say goodbye, Amine.
Goodbye.